I won't see this video alone. Come and see this with me.
We've been married for 7 years. We live in Los Angeles, California. We actually met. I'm a photographer. We met on a photo shoot. She's a model. As soon as I saw her, it was in Hawaii actually when we met. As soon as I saw her in that black sand beach, I knew she was the one. I looked at her through the lens of my camera. I looked directly into her eye and I said, she's going to be my wife. And here we are today. Now we're here because we've truly had an odyssey of obstacles in our family planning journey. We decided to ask Terrence here, a man who I once considered my brother, a good friend of us both, to help us along that journey. But he was deceitful and he lied to us.
Well, before we get to that part, you all have been married, and it's my understanding, based on the complaint, you all had tried to adopt a baby. Now, why was it necessary for you all why did you decide that you should adopt a child?
Well, Your Honor, I'm sorry, baby.
Go ahead.
I have a family history of prostate cancer. My grandfather unfortunately passed away due to cancer. My father, he also had prostate cancer. He's in remission now, but he was able to have children before, the diagnosis. Me, unluckily, I caught it a bit earlier in life. And
sorry to hear that.
I appreciate that. It was very hard for our family.
I mean, it is unfortunate for any man, but particularly it has had a devastating impact among black men. And I hope that you have been successfully treated.
I have. We tried a few things. We tried, to go the herbal route, but to ensure that I was in complete remission, I had to go through chemotherapy. And we knew that there was a chance, a percentage that, I may be sterile and not be able to have children, but just to ensure that we could be together and that I would be here, we chose the chemo and unfortunately the radiation, it led us to this.
All right, and so I understand, though, that Terrence and his wife were very supportive during this time. You all were neighbors, is that my understanding?
Yes, that's correct.
And so you went through all of this with them? You went through the...
Yes, I was there with them throughout the whole journey. Yes.
Right, so through the chemo, through the therapy.
Right, yes.
And so how would you describe the relationship with them?
They have a great relationship. They're a great couple. I was just very supportive through all the health issues and any situations they came across. I gave my opinions and advice, and if they ever needed help with anything, I was just there to support me and my wife.
But yet he's here, the Walkers are here suing you today.
Yes.
What happened? I mean, this is a neighbor. You said that, at one time you described him as your brother, but yet you're suing him today. Why are you suing him?
Well, going throughout the IVF, process, it was very hard to find a black donor. Just with, the generational checks that you need through the background. Honestly, we found out that only 1 in 1,000 people actually make it through the screening process, and for black people, it's even rarer.
I didn't realize that.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I knew that it was a very stringent process to be screened as a donor.
Yes, ma'am.
To become a donor, but I didn't realize only 1 in 1,000.
Yes.
And so you already have a small pool because black people make a smaller percentage of the population.
Absolutely.
And then you're talking about men, and they're talking about the men who can qualify. So there is a smaller pool of donors. Is that what you're basically telling me?
Yes, ma'am.
In terms of sperm donors. So you all talk about this, you do research, and what did you all decide?
It was devastating for us. At this point, we've been going through this for years, trying to have a child, and we've been talking about it for even longer. It's been super important for us. And we just got to a point where we got desperate, to be quite honest. And that's really hard for me to admit, but we've always both really wanted a family. So our next option was natural insemination.
So when they came to you and said, would you be a sperm donor, what did you and your wife say?
Me and my wife were in an open relationship. We discussed about it and we talked about it. As long as we're open, safe, and communicate with each other, we can be in other relationships and also see other people.
So you have an open marriage?
Yes.
And so you all are involved sexually with other people? Is that basically what happens?
Yes, but we're safe. We use protection, and also we communicate and tell each other about it. Yeah.
Okay. And so your wife is supportive of you being a sperm donor for the Walkers?
Well, she as well as far as me, we're good friends with them, and so she also wanted to help out as well. And so she saw that by me helping out and doing this would be a good way for them to have a kid and proceed. Yes.
All right. And you have a son. You and your wife have a son.
Yes.
And how old?
It's a 2-year-old son. His name is Brandon.
Brandon. All right. All right. So now you go to Terrence and you say, "Look, we need you to be the sperm donor because we want to have a baby."
Yes.
And so tell me more about that conversation.
We decided to, use artificial insemination. We would take, the natural specimen and then use something like a turkey baster.
We tried multiple times, but then I told my husband, let's try to do it in a more natural way, take it to another level. And so that's what we did.
And so when you say take it to another level, explain to me exactly what that meant.
So me, my husband, and Terrence, we sat down and we met and we made a verbal agreement that we will meet at Terrence's home 3 times out of the week, and for me to conceive a child.
All right. So basically, you and Terrence had an arrangement. Well, you all had an arrangement such that you and Terrence would have sex 3 times a week.
Yes.
For you to get pregnant.
Yes.
All right. And what was the understanding about this arrangement?
The understanding was, Terrence and his wife, they were going through a bit of a, financial situation at the moment. It was just going to be kind of an exchange. I would help out a little bit with their rent, and we would try this process. It was very difficult.
But you did go along with the plan for your wife and for Terrence to have sex 3 times a week.
Ultimately.
Okay. And so what did you agree to do in terms of helping Terrence and his wife financially?
We paid them $1,000 a month.
Okay. And so this is a 6-month agreement.
Yes, ma'am.
By 6 months, she's not pregnant. And so then, is that when you got tested? At the end of the 6 months? Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
And at that time, what did the test reveal?
It revealed that I was sterile and that I've always been sterile. And that had me speechless, up in the air. I was very confused.
Especially because you have a son.
Exactly. It made me question everything. So I talked to my wife about it, and that's when she told me that there is a huge possibility that my son was not mine, and she had been lying.
Huge possibility. I mean, it clearly that the child is not yours.
Yeah.
If this being sterile just didn't happen, you're saying that you've always been sterile.
Right.
And so did you go back and talk to David and Letitia?
I did, and I let them know the results. They were both very angry and frustrated about everything. David thought that I was lying and using them, which I wasn't.
I still do. He's been very smug throughout the process. He and his wife are swingers. I think he enjoyed the process of sleeping with my wife for 3 months, and I don't think that he told us the truth.
If he was a scam artist and knew that he was sterile, he would not have had the same kind of bond with this child if he had known that this child wasn't his. So there's just tragedy everywhere in this situation. It's just tragic. It is tragic. And I wish I knew how to just fix this, and I don't. But I hope that you understand that I wouldn't hesitate for a moment if I thought that he had done this purposely, if I thought he had concealed the fact that he was sterile. There is no way I would let him out of this courtroom without holding him accountable. Because really, there's no amount of money that could fix that situation. There just wouldn't be any way that he could make this right. And so it concerns me, and I know that this is painful, but under these circumstances, I cannot award this money back. I just can't. For all the reasons that I've described. You've lost a brother. You don't have a child. I hope that you will continue to be healthy, particularly given your family history. I am glad that you've taken responsibility for your health and your treatment. And I hope that others who are listening will do the same. But I hope that you understand under these circumstances that I am denying your claim of $6,000. And I wish all of you well. If there's nothing further, we'll stand adjourned.
Judge Hatchett has ruled in favor of the defendant. The co-plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I'm sorry how things ended up. This was not my intentions.
I know you're a liar and a con artist, and you're not fooling me.
What do you think about this video? Please drop your thought in the comment section. Please like and share this video for others to see.